Hello guys, hope everyone's doing okay. Yeah, so this is where we got to in the last stream. So in terms of what I plan on doing today, I want to make a little tweak to topology, nothing too major, just want to kind of repath this guy here. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with what we've got to. I don't think there's anything really else I want to change, not right now anyway, maybe later in the project. But for now, yeah, I'm just going to make that adjustment, and then I kind of want to start, well, I definitely will get the UVs sorted, and I kind of want to start doing secondary meshes, things like blocking out a truncular and the meniscus around the eye and that sort of stuff. Nothing too major. It'll be a little while before we're doing any clothing or anything, but yeah, that's the plan for today's stream. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I'll show the actual progression image from the last stream. So this is the where we got to in the last stream, and obviously the stream before that we just didn't have connected ears as all. But yeah, so other than that, it's all working. So let's just get going, I guess. As always, if there's any questions, do feel free to let me know. So yeah, let's just make a super quick adjustment on the ears of this guy. Okay, so let's get topology symmetry on there. And so all I want to do is kind of just continue these loops a bit further down, kind of repath it up to there, I think. So that's what I'll do. I think here would be a good place. Oh, we could take it to the back of the ear technically and get the most out of those extra polygons. Technically this doesn't really matter, I just feel like it would look cleaner if I bring it further down. So let's go into face mode, delete these guys, and then I just want to go into multi-cut now. Cool, so at the very least I'll drag this down a bit further. So let's connect up like that. Target world. There we go. Just a quick change. I kind of want to move this one along as well, but I'm not sure. It could be worth doing. This feels like it ends at a really weird place. Let's smooth it out first and see what it looks like. So we want to go grab our ZBrush head. Make sure we got the high res one. Yep. Set you to be live. Cool. And quad draw. This is gonna be really slow, but I feel like that looks a lot better than where it was before. So how do we do this? Let's just clear dots. Come on, let me drag it. I just need to merge those two. There we go. So we've taken it one over just so it's not that. Yeah, let's take it one more over. Clay dots. Let's see if this works. Yeah, that's better. Looks a lot cleaner. Could argue it's worth moving even one further over for both of these, but then this guy can't move one further over really. So we'll leave him to it. Cool. So we'll want to go into it's working. Cool. So let's just go mesh display, set to face, soften edge. Cool. And when we've got some subdivisions on that, we won't really see the faceting here, so that's all fine. Now which key was it? If I press 3, is it minus? There's a key that like changes the amount of subdivisions that smooth preview is. Either way, like, yeah, that's smooth enough. We're getting a little bit of a thing there, but I think that'll just come through a bit of modeling adjustment. We'll fix that. So let's get let's straighten these up actually. Cool. So let's get on to UVing. Go to the UV editor. So we'll want to where's mapping? There it is. And just plain unmap those. And then moving so. Nope. Moving so. I have to turn off symmetry now. So let's just quickly grab transform, get 14, set. Let's set these ones as well. I think they're already set, right? Yeah, they are. Cool. So all the cuts are in the places that we want. We just need to actually unfold them properly. Can I lay these out in one unit? Does it have to be like that, really? So I really don't like asymmetrical layouts like that. I'm honestly willing to scale that down. Let's just get that. How big is the difference? The difference is 30%, which is quite a lot. So 14 set. We could even go down the route of doing that. fact, yeah, let's do that, because then we can scale up the ears and face and put them symmetrically, and then the body, we've still got three UDIMs left. So put all that there. Right, so pull that over here. And we got you and you. Pull them over here. What else is there that's symmetric? Parts of the mouth, they can go there. Those are eye. Right, wrong one. And that's a nostril, right? So we need to make some cuts in there. Turn on world symmetry. Cut that. Okay. Convert selection to faces, and let's map those from Y. So let's scale that as big as we can get it in that first UDIM. And then how... So that's 19, so let's round that up to 20. That just about fits. Good. So I'm just gonna set these to 20 as well. And then they're not gonna fit in there, so let's just... So technically what I'm doing right now is bad practice. I should focus primarily on uniform UV sizes rather than amount of detail in certain areas. But at the same time, I'm limited to 6 UDIMs, which, you know, is still a lot of data, but I want to get the most out of that 6 UDIMs that I can. At least 6 UDIMs on this one object. So now we got these guys to take care of. And we got 3 UDIMs to do it in, which is plenty, so let's just let's lay these out. Okay, give that 2 pixels at 10, and set are those even remotely scaled? So let's get that. Is it the same as the arm? No. Why does it? I feel like my UV tool's a bit broken at the moment. So let's lay these out. But this time we're gonna say vertical, preserve 3D ratios. And there isn't a way for me to set this to there isn't a way for me to set this to be specific tiles it puts them in, right? Packing iterations. Oh, wait. What if I set that to like 4? That looks a little bit better. Still not perfect though. Okay, so let's do it manually. So we got our back. We got the front. Then that's what, a leg? Okay, so that's a leg. If that there, that's his left arm. And that would be leg, leg. And there's the right arm, okay. Yeah, why are they such different sizes? And what's that? Bottom of a leg, so that'll be bottom of an arm. That's the bottom of the other arm. So that's the back. Back again. So how about we do that instead? Layout to 1 tile. And I'm gonna give that more iterations. Let's see what it does with 12. I've never played about with iterations before, so I have no idea how that will actually turn out. See, I feel like that could be so much more efficient. What if I try using the legacy? Does it have to pack everything? Okay, we're doing it manually. Give this one more go. We could pack the left leg and left arm together. It's not like they're unfolded properly either. that gave the same result. Does that actually change the quality of it? It's doing something. Maybe we should cut the end of the mouth off. Where did the ears go? Alright, so just realised I might want to keep it Udon because I need to do the eyes too. I may as well do them in the same one. Mute that. Cool. So you definitely get a lot more stuff in here. What else will we be adding? I don't want to waste too much space. Like, and how can these even fit in there? I could scale that, right? That's even worse. I didn't know that was a thing. If you right click it, it gives you a different result. That's so cool. Well, see, all this is going to be covered by clothing, so I don't need to worry about it too much. I just want to get something that is at least a little bit better. Let's undo all that though. Preferred it when the legs and the arms were together. But the legs and the arms weren't together even. Do we need to cut out the inside of the ear? Let's see what this says. It's holding up surprisingly well, so we should be fine on that. Okay, so we need to smooth that out, because that head's doing something funky. No, Vortex. Go to that does require a quick, unfold in UVs. We wanted to do something with this, didn't we? Not worth it. This does annoy me a little bit, how the bit that would need the polygons, like the silhouette, is the bit that doesn't get them. Can we even extend that down? I don't think we can, not easily anyway. Like, yeah, it's possible, but... yeah, it's not gonna go easily, so let's leave that alone. Right, so, next thing. We've got the body, the eyes. We need to work on the eyes a little bit. Verify free transformations. We did have the eye template group, which we'll need to keep for a little while. So we could do a bit of eye sculpting today. Like, maybe if I get this guy into ZBrush, we could go do some eye sculpting afterwards. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, cool. So I'm going to export this mesh file, export selection, modeling, Maya, or let's go ZBrush. Nope. Okay, so modeling, let's go exports. Body geo. Cool. And then for now we'll grab the eyes and yeah, just the eyes for now. File, export selection. Eyes group. So I'm just gonna template eyes group. Cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to append a new mesh. And on that mesh, we need to import cool. So let's just go in. We want to hide everything that we don't immediately want to use. We can delete that guy now. And I'm just going to save this scene. Go to sculpt. I'm just going to continue the naming. Cool. So we want to merge you. So let's go merge down. Cool. So that's as high res as I need because I'll be resculpting a lot of that anyway. Okay, cool. So next thing is to get you and let's go into polygroups. What's group UV? Would have been much quicker to do it the other way around, but oh well. So that's everything that isn't everything we don't want to project now. So we got that. Well, actually, we should go a few subdivisions up first. So let's go. 1.9 million is more than enough. So let's just do it the other way around this time. Cool. Then we just want to subtool. We want to project this. Sure. We'll need to do a little bit of cleanup. But for now, I'm going to leave that completely the fuck alone. It's got a lot of work to do right now. Projecting, what, 11 million polygons? 12 million? Is that just gone up? And there we go. So now Got a few little things to clean up, like there. But what we can do at this point is we'll keep that mesh for a little while. Just gonna save that scene. In fact, I'm gonna go preferences, make sure I can't save my undo history. Cool. So now we just want to go in and smooth any of those glitched out areas. We can smooth quite a lot, to be honest. So what we'll be doing in a moment is re-importing that original mesh. See, most of these baking errors will have happened like directly at these areas where I'm not masked. Strictly speaking, I probably should have blurred the mask a little bit first. That's good enough for me for now. What about in here? Oh, that's gone surprisingly well. Not really much recovery to do there. Oh, wait. The ends of the arm's gonna be fucked. For the most part, that's good enough. So, what I want to do now is go back to the lower subdivision. Before I do this, I'm just going to save the scene. And I'm just going to re-import that base mesh. And the reason I'm doing that is because when you re-import a mesh, if it has matching topology, it will transfer the UVs and the shape, but keep all your sculpting levels. So when I import this, and you lose your paint, but that's fine. So now that shape has been restored. So there won't be many changes, but in areas like this one, it will probably change. So it's subtle movement, but that just means now that it's back to matching the Maya model from before we did all the from before doing the projections. So now I can add the projections back on top by going up the subdivision levels, and there we go. So now we've got a low res that perfectly matches Maya, and we've got our high res details back on there. So I am going to reproject, but only the colors. So let's go to projection, and just going to turn off geometry and project all. And then we'll call that it for that sculpt for today. I kind of want to do some iris sculpting, which I suck at. So one of the things I want to do in this project, I want to see if I can do it entirely by hand. I want to hand sculpt the iris, I want to do the skin pores manually and all that sort of stuff, just to kind of see how different the result is, really. And now that we've got, obviously, retopologized model, we can play about with UVs and stuff as well. There we go. So now we have our low res. We got some, oh yeah, we got some weirdness going on there. So all we have to do to fix that is just quickly pop in, smooth that. Just slowly stepping up the subdivision levels. The reason I'm slowly stepping up subdivision levels is because if I was to start at the highest subdiv level, you'd very quickly run into an issue with, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I've forgotten the word I'm looking for. Doesn't really matter too much anyway. So have we lost any resolution? I don't think we have. No, we haven't. Alright, cool. So we can now get rid of this guy. Just make sure we haven't lost anything here, for example. So this is a lot lower poly. We could go back up in poly count. That's actually surprisingly low poly. Like, surprisingly low poly. This is the problem with not having topology matchup. So we could go one subdivision higher. What does that take us to? 7 million. So it won't make much of a difference to the face. So let's just invert that. Project geometry. This one's going to take a while. So yeah, project all, and then we'll delete the base mesh. There we go. So now we can go and delete that. Now file size will probably go down quite a lot as well. So 230 down to 106. So let's just quickly correct the BST. Oh, you've lost your polygroups. Polygroups. Maybe doing that at the highest subdiv is not a good idea. Might be waiting for that one. May even needs kill ZBrush. We'll give it a 30 seconds or so, maybe a minute. Did it actually work? There we go. So next thing to do is import the eyes, I guess. So append, import, and let's just get the what's the word I'm looking for right now? Template eyes. So they're not symmetrical, so obviously that's something to look after later. But we have everything now. So I can start sculpting again, basically. So let's go to document, brush, modifiers, and then set that to 0. So in this stream, we're not going to be worried about asymmetry for quite a while, to be honest. For now, I want to completely ignore asymmetry from the project. But this allows me to start kind of going in really defining stuff. Yeah, so we could do the inside of the mouth. So let's go just to get something more interesting than a smoothed surface. What happens if you hide half a mesh? Sculpt something with symmetry. And then unhide that half of the mesh, is it still? No, it doesn't, okay. So you need both sides of the mesh visible. It's frustrating. Again, what I'm doing right now is just getting something. Like, I'm not actually checking any reference or anything like that. I just want the inside of the mouth to look a bit more interesting. I need to check the sizes of the teeth as well before I go too far into that sort of stuff. But again, let's just get something. So let's just. I'll be getting some real world ref in the next stream when we're actually properly sculpting. But for now, it'd be kind of pointless. Cool, so let's just quickly save that. Cool, and then we'll save a alternate version for later. So, I want to sculpt a singular iris, and obviously not on these because they're asymmetrical. So, what I'm going to do, we'll export displacement first. So let's just go to C plugin, multi-map exporter, just go displacement, 4K, displacement map. That's all good to me. So let's just create all maps. Then we're going to go modeling. We don't have a texturing folder yet, although this is ZDisp, so exports. Let's just call this ZDisp. And before we do that, I need to check export options. I'm just going to file names and set this to UDIM. And then let's export it. So and that's gonna take a couple of minutes to do its thing. That was really fast. Is that actually correct? Modeling. Yeah, it's worked. Alright, that was surprisingly quick. Cool. So let's check to see if that's worked. So assign a new material to you. Assign new material. We're just going to call this skin mat. Get that into here. Cool. Get a file texture. Is there AI displacement? I always forget this. No. We want cool. And we want that to be set to utility raw. And you, let's give you a generic skin roughness, 335. And then I'm not going to worry too much about precise colours for now. Let's just quickly find out what your colours set to. 579. So we'll just have it match that. 7, 9. Cool. And let's just alt save that. There we go. That looks like it's working. What's our resolution like? It feels like it's only captured like the smallest shape changes. Let's see what it's doing down here. That looks like it's working. Something doesn't feel quite right about it though. Actually, because my forms are shit. Alright, cool. Good to know. I'm always amazed how fast Arnold is at recalculating stuff. So we'll ignore subsurface for a little while. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Alright, so let's just quickly set up a few things. So we want to make sure that we have use auto bump and SSS. We're not using SSS yet, but that's important for later. We want to go into the Arnold settings for you. Go subdivisions. Oh, that'd be why it wasn't working. It just set auto bump. So let's set that to 3 subdivisions. Displacement, keep you at default. That's a bit better, yeah. Something weird is going on here though. So I'll have to find out what that is at a later point. There's nothing there that could actually be causing that in here, right? Nothing there, so it must be a baking issue. How the fuck do you even solve baking issues in ZBrush? So something as well to consider is, because this mesh is fairly high res, whenever we do sculpting changes, we will need to re-import that body mesh. Because otherwise we lose the large shape changes, so I'll do that at the end of the stream. Or if I forget, I can do it at the beginning of the next one. But that looks like it's working fairly well, so just need to find out what that is. Could be the UV smoothing, perhaps? Because that is exactly where a cut is, as is that. And that's, oh yeah, that could be it. These are exact borders. So, what's the word I'm looking for? So that could be UV smoothing. Maybe the ZBrush is actually smoothing and Maya isn't. Let's turn off, what's my smoothing set to? Smooth UV is off. So let's go to U and set that to linear. And give that a go. There you go. Does that break anything here? No. Cool. So I'm just gonna duplicate you, and I want to get you. I'm just gonna make sure these are the same size. I think they are. Of course, they haven't been scaled. That's a good thing. Cool. So we can delete that. So that means that you are the base mesh. So let's just grab our iris. And this is the mesh that we're going to smooth. I should probably add, let's get some eye macro photography. Eye macro. I should also get my painting ref up. Progression images, no, that's not where I want to go. Ref. So, really can't tell much, we just know that he's got brown eyes. So let's look for some brown eye macros. So, it's a question, do we want to go for that kind of smooth on the outside and messy on the inside type of brown eye, or do we want to go for kind of this type of brown eye, which is definitely more beautiful, but is also a lot more contrasty, and the actual drawing itself has like no detail in there, so in theory we should go for a smoother eye, because we don't want all this breakup and like high contrast stuff going on. We want something more like this, which is nice and flat. So this could be a helpful reference. This sort of thing. So let's search only for tools, size, large images. Can we add polarized? Nah, it doesn't really do much, does it? Okay, so we'll go for something that's quite smooth. So I'm just going to quickly extrude that in. So creepy. What, the eye thing? I'm watching again. It's great to see you sharing this knowledge. Yeah, thanks, man. Glad to see that you're back. Something like that. Cool. So we're just going to export that. Let's just freeze all the transforms in this. We will have to place the eyes back later, but for now, let's just grab that iris, and we have UVs on this, right? Oh, we did, and then I fucked it up. Okay, so let's just reproject that, since it doesn't really require much. Mapping, planar map Z, and let's just quickly unfold that. And and scale it down slightly. Okay, so that was correct. Cool. So we've got that. Let's just export this. Export selection. I'm just going to call this iris. Iris geo. And later on, whenever we've done that stuff, I'll have to duplicate these eyes back. I'll instance it next time. So let's just, yeah, we've already saved the scene. Go to ZBrush, and I'm just going to append the subtool and import on top of this. And there we go. That's too flat, isn't it? But we can actually fix that. So let me just open up Pierrot. Load recent. Okay, and let's just grab. Just gonna put that on the other screen for a moment. So which images do I like most? Someone mentioned a really good site and I've forgotten what it was. Well, that's cool. That one can go in the ref. That's really cool. So let's strike that over. Ooh. Alright, that one's my favourite so far. And that's massive, holy shit. Let's just open that image. Why is it opening the low res? Free download original. Nope. Well, that's a bigger image at least. Cool. So those will be our main references. I like this one quite a lot. And is there anything else that's helpful just in general? Cool. Oh. Cool. So, quick disclaimer, I've never sculpted an iris before, other than like quick little things. I've never properly sat down and tried to sculpt one, so if this sucks, there's your reason. Is there a way to not clamp, is there a way to crop an individual image? Alright, we'll just put that next to all the others. Oh, we can just do that. This isn't a creepy image. Right, so let's see how much I can struggle with one thing. So first thing we're gonna do, smooth it a bunch of times. Go back to lowest res, import the iris back on so that we get our original scale back. So just to show you why I do that, you'll see how we lose quite a lot of volume on the so this is before re-importing, and then this is after re-importing. So the reason that's important is because Maya smooths differently, like it treats borders differently. I think there is a setting you can change for ZBrush to kind of get that to work, but honestly it doesn't really matter that much. So all I'm going to do is just sculpt this and see what we get out of it. For now, let's pick a single ref. Press C to crop an image. Ooh, nice. Thank you. Very helpful. So let's just canvas optimize. Cool. And then I'm gonna rearrange this slightly just to get the most out of my actual screen space. So, what's our main ref gonna be? Let's go with that one. Should probably change the size of the actual pupil, but a bit late now. So let's turn on, where's radial symmetry? Wrong radial. There we go. So let's just get some general surface breakup first. Okay, we should definitely not do something that visible with symmetry enabled. So I'm treating this as my primary ref, I think. It's actually something I should do. Rather than do it like that, let's try. I have no idea how well this will work. So Let's create a morph target actually. Morph target. Is my pen pressure broken? Yeah, my pen pressure's gone, hasn't it? Let's just go like that. Hard tap. Yep, pen pressure's gone. Why? Okay, well, if pen pressure's gone, let's go sensitive. I do wish I had pen pressure sensitivity right now. Oh, pressure sensitivity has come back. Weird. Wonder why it stopped. plates will work on these sorts of things. Not too great on this arm. Really fighting the urge to make things subtle. I feel like this sort of stuff probably needs to be quite strong. Like, look at the size of that shit. In fact, I should probably look at this ref for a little bit just to kind of get a better feel for how things should be. Because mine's nowhere near that. That's a bit better. Is it worth doing the iris as an actual like volume mesh in terms of like rather than just a surface actually have like overhangs and shit? The answer's probably a pretty strong no, but still. quite like this fold thing that one's got, so I'm gonna get that in somewhere. Let's go there. Yeah, a little bit there. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Let's not force them in. Need to focus on the bottom of the bottom left of the iris. Just so little going on in that ref. I'm wondering if it's like I could zero mesh this when I'm done. Oh, let's give sculpting the damn standard a go for a little bit. Cool. Just to give it a go. some kind of weird visual artifact on my screen right now, and it's really bothering me. Need to get these glancing angles working a lot better. I wonder what happens up here. Like, is it just stuff like that? I mean, that feels better than nothing. So I'll probably add stuff like that, but... Right, let's not have a tail on this one. A lot of them are the same size now, is one of the issues. Another issue, I guess, is that I'm only adding volume. I'm never removing it, other than the holes. Just stuff like that even is enough to get something more interesting going. Let's get that middle a little bit more defined. Let's turn on radial symmetry for a moment. That's why I'll do the smaller strokes. And let's define any shapes that we've accidentally got. feel like I should export it with like really high poly count. Trying to remember how the asymmetry. There's an asymmetry to the pupil. I can't remember what causes it. I'm just gonna make it a little bit wider, maybe, so it's not perfectly circular. That'll do. Have an eye. Basic eye, but 9 nonetheless. Let's just quickly mess up a few of these outer areas. And then there we go. So let's save the scene. I'm going to. I don't think a displacement map will really work for that resolution. And I saw a video with Chris Costa on. I don't think so. There we go. But yeah, so what did I call it? What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I saw a thing from Chris Costa, basically about how he does ice, and he always exports a super, what I'd call a high res. I think it was on one of his Pixelogic kind of ZBrush Summit talks, and he was talking about how he exports, an iris like this in terms of poly count, and then takes that into, then bakes out displacement for that. So I'm gonna quickly try something first though. Let's geometry, no, subtool, duplicate. Let's just try zero meshing this guy. Let's zero mesh it to 27k. So I'll put 15 and let adaptive do its thing. Let's zero mesh the result of that. Can't remember who taught me this, but there's someone who pointed out that if you zero mesh something and then zero mesh it again, you get something that's much cleaner topology wise. So would I rather use that or that? So that's 28,000. Those are my two options. Let me just check something with Z modeler. Okay, so it is a circle. It's not spiraling in on itself. I might go with the zero mesh eyes, So let's just project that. So that is double the amount of polygons. Let's undo a little bit. Okay, so let's zero mesh this. Let's give it a bit more to play with. Let's go 25. The problem is it's subdividing the mesh multiplies the density by 4. Or the amount of polygons by 4, whereas just remeshing it to double density is obviously half that. So I'm worrying about the super high res at the moment. So let's zero mesh that again. that's 22k. And let's just subtool project. We actually have more resolution now. Cool. And let's go to that lowest poly again. See modeler. Oh, let's go to division levels. Let's temporarily delete the higher. So that's still a circle, good. There we go. So let's export this mesh. Export, let's go to modeling, exports, let's save over that. Get it into Maya. We'll save this and close it for now. Because once I'm done with this, that'll be me done for the night. So let's just file, import. Come on. So I just have to unplug my Wacom. There we go. So let's get the UVs in that. Come on, you work. It's crashed. Please work. In the meantime, we will need to continue sculpting this a bit. So let's just do that while Maya thinks. Is Maya done yet? I think Maya's crashed. Okay, one's over. Die now. we'll just remesh. We'll just UV that remesh, get some displacement out, get that into Maya, line up the new eyes, and then we should be done, in theory. Oh, we reached scene 50 already. That was quick. Is it worth actually fixing this while I still can? Just relaxing the topology here. Then I can just reproject it to get everything back. Just to make it a little bit less wavy, right? Cool, so now let's subtool, project, cool, so let's get that re-exported. It's just a little bit cleaner on the outside. Although it doesn't seem really to have done much. But yeah, we may as well give it a go. Let's just turn off. Oh, that is a low res. Good. Cool. Let's just rename that to iris geo. Okay, fine. Modify. No, Windows general editors, new space. Cool. Export you back out. Import. Cool, and then let's just go Z plugin. Same thing as before. Let's turn off switch morph target. Oh, we don't even have a morph target. Z plugin. Create all maps. ZBrush, exports, ZDisp. Cool. So let's just delete the old one. template a little bit. Let's scale it just slightly. Modify 3D transformations. And what materials do we have in all these? So on this one, we want to assign cornea map, eye lens map, and this one, we've got an iris map in there somewhere. No? Alright, so we need to make a new material. Cool. And that was 579. The value set up for the other ones. Cool. And then displacement shader. File. Rename it here. Okay. That's kind of confusing. Just renaming it Nova screen. Files open in Maya. No, it isn't. Let's duplicate it. No, not delete it. Copy, paste, rename. There we go. And then let's see if we can delete that one. Okay, so we can't delete that one for now. That's fine. File. Beautiful. Right now I can actually delete the, yes, cool. So now it should just be a case of duplicating the eyes, putting them in the right place, and then we can do our end of stream render, which should look substantially different, which is nice. Right, there we go. So that should have the eye iris map, which will now have its own material. Good. So let's instance that. Edit, duplicate special instance. I'm just going to call that nope. Cool. Let's get that into place. We don't need to match perfectly, we just want it to be in vaguely the same place. Like that. And that is the correct eye. Cool, so now we'll duplicate special again. Yep. Let's call that right eye. Cool. Delete the eye group. Show the body again. So in theory, that's now everything. Let's just quickly go into that cornea material. And just get rid of that. Five, 7, 9. Should be fine. So moment of truth. Looks like an eye. Oh, yeah, that material's fucked. Iris. And it needs way more. What's the word I'm looking for? No more polygons. Okay, so that doesn't get applied to interesting. There's lens. Wait, that is the lens, isn't it? Pushing through. That's better. Cool. There we go. So let's get that onto the actual render cam. Behind this chest. Let's get rid of that. So one of these, let's go into the sequence cam. So this one should feel like it's being looked directly at. So let's adjust the eyes until that is the case. Eye positioning is so fucking subtle, I hate it. Cool, there we go. So, I'll let that render, and that'll be it for the stream. So, let's just get that off progressive. Let's go to view, show render task. Cool, well, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'm gonna head off, go watch a movie with Rebecca. So, yeah, next stream we'll probably continue to work on the iris sculpts just a little bit. It's still not quite where I want it to be. And then we'll get back to actually sculpting the character himself, although we should probably block out clothes fairly soon. Asymmetry is going to come a fair bit later, so we'll see how that goes. It will either, next stream will be eyes, stream after that will either be clothes or continuing to sculpt on him directly. But until then, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you in the next stream. Bye!